mom realized she killed someone. How you realize?
You finna start watching these now?
Yeah, let me see that.
Actually, dope. Be some crazy shit. I'll be watching these at the crib. I'll be watching like people react to them. So
yeah, I was gonna say, watch it with me.
If you're a good reactor, then I'll start watching you. I'm gonna turn this off.
Let me turn it off.
The fuck is wrong with the light?
Put it down.
Beautiful Easter morning in 2021. What happened next would never be forgotten for this family. We've been tracking this case for the last 2.5 years. After dozens of open records requests and the hiring of an attorney, we finally obtained the records related to this tragic incident and go in depth on the story behind it. 911 calls detail the seriousness behind what took place.
April 4, 2021, 10:32:35.
Please confirm with the address of your emergency.
Yes, there's been a severe car accident.
What's the crossing?
What's the car?
Okay, how many vehicles?
Two vehicles.
And then injured?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of injuries?
We don't know. We're driving past it.
Okay, are you there anymore?
No, we've been by.
Okay, stop. They've been on the way this entire time. This is just getting more information for them for when they arrive, okay? Like I said, we have a lot of help on the way. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you.
10:32:39.
911, is this a life or death emergency? There's a car crash at 42, like right by the...
Damn, everybody calling.
42 and 1. But I don't know. Whatever the bar I'm in. The car was like by the accident. Yeah, the car crashed. But I'm injured. Okay, is it blocking traffic? I need someone to talk to me. The car's on fire. There's one car on fire. Our car's on fire from it? What's on fire?
Yo, what's the word?
The car's on fire. Okay, do you need planes or just pump? Yes. There's planes and pump. Okay.
Can we go to the? Can we skip to like this? Oh, this a long. It's a long one.
Exactly what happened.
Oma. Why they not showing up? There we go.
Exposing her intestines underneath her shirt, the driver of that same vehicle was able to get out on his own and sustained minor injuries. As officers arrive, they witness the injured passenger on the ground and recognize that civilians have stepped up to help. Their next priority is to check on the occupants of the red vehicle. The damage is plainly obvious, as the red vehicle was struck with such a force that it was ripped into 2 pieces.
How fast was y'all going? Ooh. And that bitch on fire. Which one hit who? So thinking of that they got airbags in the backseat. Thinking about how fast they're going and what's the damage of the car, I think this car hit this car.
122 for 86. We've got 2 trapped inside of our vehicle that'll need to be pried out. I don't know if they've got.
Oh, this is scary to watch. I ain't gonna cap.
Okay, I understand your concern. Yeah, I'll just have you wait back here. Thank you. These people aren't coming out of this vehicle, right? Am I seeing that right? Okay. All right. I appreciate your assistance. Thank you.
Oh, this shit's scary.
Well, you are. All right. All right. And we know that nobody's in this one?
Oh, that's the other half of the car. How the heck did that happen?
Everybody out? Okay, we're clear here. All right. I'm gonna try to maintain some kind of a perimeter here.
This bitch better be dead or I'm gonna kill her.
Who's in the car?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. What are you talking about? I'm scared. I'm scared to even see how they look. Don't worry about that. What you mean? Don't worry about that.
Did you see what happened, or you just heard video?
I just saw this and I came
Okay, so you did see it happen, or you didn't?
No, I didn't see the accident.
Okay, all right. Right behind you. Is there anything I can do to help get this person
Can you
out?
check a pulse on that?
We weren't getting a pulse on these people.
Ah. Oh my god, it's gonna make me cry. Ooh. Ooh.
Were you in the car?
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Profanities towards Taylor, who she incorrectly believed. Here, Camille is immediately placing blame on the other driver. She doesn't hesitate to use profanities towards Taylor, who she incorrectly believes was driving the red car.
Ooh. She talking about fuck that bitch and she like trapped in the car. It's crazy.
Okay. 45, 122. There's gonna be two 1072s.
Like, I ain't gonna, I'm scared to watch it, but we gotta
Two
finish it.
individuals in the red car, Dalton Lee Ford and Taylor Nicole Garza, have been killed in the crash. The couple was 22 years old. They had plans to celebrate Easter with their families that morning.
People are out here taking pictures. Like disrespectful. And I asked all of them, did you see what happened? Or you just heard a video? Yeah. I was doing their commentary and shit. Witnesses over here. Okay. So we're going to talk to them.
Officers begin questioning witnesses to hopefully figure out exactly what happened.
Wait, why is this not on? That's crazy. You can't call nobody so much he better be dead. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of saying that. That's crazy. It should have been me. Alright, Sister Wildin'. I'm speechless. She's disrespectful.
Well, she better be. If she's not, I'm stuck in another 10. I'm going to my car. No.
I don't think you're able to.
Yes, I am. I'm fine.
No, I don't think
I'm going to my sister. I'm going to my sister. She left.
she's gone.
And then you don't have no shoes on. Why you don't have no shoes on?
Yeah, it's not.
My car is fine, though. I'm going to say it's fine. I'm not moving it. I just need my phone and my shoes.
I'm gonna get for you.
Okay.
Stay right here, please. Hi, I'm Matt.
Look at my baby. Is she dead? No, that.
I don't know.
That's crazy. You can't be saying that, bro.
We just want you to be safe right now.
I'm fine. I just want my stuff. I'm not going anywhere. My phone.
Your car might be locked.
It's not. My keys are in the car. It's not gonna lock.
Where's your phone?
It's in the car. It's connected.
Said that somebody
No,
smoked
we
on the tires.
didn't. No, we did not. I literally, we left at the same time. Nobody had wheels nor nothing. That whoever told you that is lying. And I was gonna say it like this: whoever told you who said that, most likely is probably white, and I know it is.
This wouldn't be the first time Camille has claimed being prejudiced against while being accused of a crime. Before the day of the crash, Camille held several speeding tickets in her records, even though she was just 19 years old. Her first ticket listed she was traveling 50 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, 20 miles over the speed limit. Her second speeding charge was for going 58 miles in a 45-mile-an-hour zone, 13 miles over the speed limit. However, the ticket details that she was very argumentative with the officer in this situation. The report shares that she argued she was pulled over due to her loud music and her being black, then claimed she was traveling that speed on a hill, and then when the officer handed her the ticket, she crumpled it up and tossed it into the passenger seat of her vehicle. Her third ticket was listed as duty to drive with due care speed, where no specific speed data is cited. More details on more of her tickets will be covered shortly.
We were not racing, no none of that.
You weren't racing.
No, I told him for a simple fact, I'm gonna tell you just like this. For a simple fact, we are black. It's a nice day outside.
Wait, so
I know that the
oh shit, hold up.
police are out. We see the state troopers out. We are not going for. I said we're going to speed limit up here. He said okay. His car has more horsepower than mine does. So obviously it's gonna sound like it because I know how the engine sounds. And I'm gonna spit fat. My car is slow, but I was in front.
Prosecutors did charge and arrested the driver of the white vehicle that made contact in the crash, Leon Bond III, who faced charges 6 months later. Leon was ultimately tried as a juvenile. This was despite the efforts to try him as an adult, including a delinquency petition and a petition for adult verification, both of which were denied. Because he was tried as a juvenile, the details surrounding his case are not readily available or public. However,
I guess
we
I'm
do know
just
some things,
impatient
which
'cause I'm
includes a peek
confused.
into Leon's school history with fights. One appellate case reveals that Leon's mother legally went after a school official when he attempted to prevent a fight that involved Leon, his two sisters, and another student. The case accuses the school official of dislocating Leon's arm while attempting to prevent the fight. This case was ultimately denied by the court due to there being a lack of willful or malicious wrong in the school official's actions. While Leon's case was being determined, Camille was also charged. 6 months after the crash, with charges surrounding her direct involvement by drag racing. During that 6-month period before her arrest, Camille got pulled over and charged for driving on a revoked license. Her license was revoked due to her failing to address her 3 previous speeding charges. She then got another speeding ticket that listed her going 59 miles an hour in a 35-mile-an-hour zone, 24 miles over the speed limit. In that pullover, she stated she was going downhill as the reason she was traveling so fast. In October of 2021, she was issued an arrest warrant and faced 2 counts of third-degree murder, 2 counts of criminal vehicular homicide, 1 count of criminal vehicular operation resulting in great bodily harm, and 1 count of careless driving. The warrant she was issued revealed more details surrounding the incident, including a deeper look into post-event interviews and forensic research. The report detailed surveillance footage that shows the intersection they started the race at. Witness testimony shares that the 2 exchanged a conversation here pertaining to whose car could accelerate faster. After that alleged conversation, the 2 cars take off well ahead of the other vehicles surrounding them. Another surveillance camera captures the impact. Moments before, you can see just how long it takes for this uninvolved vehicle to enter the right side of the frame and pass the area where the crash happens. When Camille and Leon's vehicles zoom by moments later, it takes roughly half.
Oh! Okay, so that's what happened.
They started the race at. Witness testimony shares that the 2 exchanged a conversation pertaining to whose car could accelerate faster. After that alleged conversation, the 2 cars take off well ahead of the other vehicles surrounding them. Another surveillance camera captures the impact. Moments before, you can see just how long it takes for this uninvolved vehicle to enter the right side of the frame and pass the area where the crash.
So she about to turn. They racing. She finna turn right here. That's the car. They racing right here. See on one side. The white car that crashed on the other side.
Happens when Camille and
So wait.
Leon's vehicle zoom by.
Yep, right here. He racing. And you yell, and she yelling at him? I mean, she yelling at them? Y'all racing.
Moments later,
Right there. Oh. And y'all split the car in half?
takes roughly half the time. A crash reconstruction report reveals data obtained by the airbag control module in Leon's vehicle. The report indicated Leon and his sister Camille, who was traveling alongside him, were going 114 miles per hour just 5 seconds before the crash.
114 miles per hour? That's crazy.
4 miles over the posted 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. Court documents also indicated Leon and Camille were over 3 football fields away when Dalton and Taylor started to take the turn. They traveled roughly 3/4 of a mile after taking off from the intersection before crashing. Her and her brother's vehicle were traveling between 93 and 106 miles an hour before Leon's vehicle struck Dalton and Taylor. The day after her arrest on October 29, 2021, Camille posted a $75,000 non-cash bond, which came with conditions that notably did not exclude her driving privileges.
Damn, she got money. She got money. She got money. $75,000 bond? You paid that shit?
Allowing her to drive despite the seriousness behind her case. 2 months after her release on bond, court records indicate she got in a car accident where she claimed another driver was at fault. She issued a small claims case to the court for the other individual to pay a sum greater than $4,500. In the following year, she won this court case due to the other party not showing up. She was given yet another speeding ticket in May of 2022.
Damn, you just keep speeding. You're crazy. Slow down. Lightning McQueen, like, what you keep, like, bro? Your sister just got into a car crash. You got all these fucking speeding tickets. You just keep speeding. And then they letting you drive is crazy.
This time she was caught going 83 miles an hour in a 60-mile-an-hour zone, 23 miles over the speed limit. In this pullover, the ticket cites that Camille was unaware of the speed limit, cried, and explained to the officer that she had a bad experience with law enforcement before and was afraid of cops. State records allegedly showed her car's registration was expired despite the stickers on her car displaying she was up to date. In January of 2023, 3 months shy of 2 years after the car crash, news reports indicate that Camille's brother Leon pled guilty to 2 counts of third-degree murder. He was sentenced to 25 years of prison that same month. Because inmates only have to serve 2/3 of their sentence before transferring to probation, this means he should be out of jail in 16 years and 8 months, or in September of 2039, when he is 36 years old. However, rules apply differently for juvenile cases. Here is an image posted on what appears to be Leon's Facebook page, posted in September of 2023, where he seems to be under house arrest. He proudly holds what looks to be $1,000 in cash with a smile on his face. Because Leon was being tried as a juvenile, he was put on probation until the age of 21, with a state sentence of 25 years in prison. As long as Leon doesn't break probation by age 21, his sentence will be considered served. In mid-2024, Leon turned 21 and successfully completed his probation. His sentence for murdering Dalton and Taylor is considered served. His sister, who operated the other racing vehicle, Camille Dennis Bond, faced a slew of charges as an adult for her involvement, making her case information more...
That's crazy. I ain't okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy to say. That y'all racing and you end up you're okay. And then you kill 2 other people?
Readily available. Through court deliberations, Camille's defense team would not only argue that she was not at fault due to her not being in the vehicle that struck Taylor and Dalton, but would go as far as to say Dalton should have yielded before the turn, and even suggested Dalton was at fault for the crash. In this section of the video, we will cover the surprising court deliberations that brought the case to its conclusion. In court, several factors were brought to light through witness and expert testimonies. While there are some notable instances of witnesses ascribing the scene to being horrific and the worst thing they have ever experienced, some more frustrating revelations deemed that Camille and her brother Leon were not only reckless with their actions, but continued to be reckless after bystanders had told them to slow down prior to the crash. Court testimony details that a bystander noticed descriptions of Camille's and Leon's vehicles traveling at a high rate of speed past her house in a residential neighborhood. This frustrated the witness as it was Easter Sunday, and there were children outside. This witness noticed that the pair parked down the street from her residence, so she decided to walk down to the cars to tell them to slow down. This witness's testimony matched the descriptions.
That's a Karen. I ain't gonna cap. I get it. Do need to slow down, but that's a Karen. That's a Karen.
Of Camille, her passenger friend Lynn, and the description of the vehicles Camille and her brother were driving. After the neighbor had spoke to them directly about slowing down, she claims the cars then sped past her on the road as she was walking back to her home, which was an inferred attempt at retaliation. This neighbor then tried calling 911 at 10:28 over their reckless behavior, roughly 4 minutes before the crash happened. Unfortunately,
Damn, that was that was a warning. She gave them a warning, like, "Hey, slow down, and then you sped up past her. Okay, I'm gonna call the police. Call the police 4 minutes before y'all get into a crash."
it appears the call didn't connect, and the
Didn't
neighbor
connect?
decided to let it go, seeing as she only had a partial license plate to work with. A couple days later, when she saw a news article involving the vehicles, she claims to have recognized the plate based off the partial she had, causing her to call the authorities to inform them of the racing activity she saw the pair engaged in earlier that morning. If that wasn't jarring enough, the prosecuting attorney also called up Lynn, the passenger in Camille's car, and revealed Camille and Leon's lack of remorse over the whole situation. Lynn claims that she was best friends with Camille, but ceased the relationship over the morality of the situation. Lynn supported the neighbor's claim that Camille and Leon were not driving safe in the neighborhood, and confirmed that the neighbor had spoken to both Camille and Leon. She also shared that, in the moments before the pair sped off at the intersection, Camille and Leon exchanged a conversation through their car windows over who could accelerate faster. Camille, in past interrogations, claimed that this was true, though she informed her brother not to go faster than 55 miles an hour so that they wouldn't be pulled over. Lynn's testimony contradicted that claim, citing the pair never talked about speed limits. During her testimony, Lynn admitted she was scared during her 911 call because she had realized the car Camille was driving could have just as easily impacted Dalton and Taylor's vehicle. She shared that Camille was largely concerned about the damage to the car and the condition of her siblings, but that nobody went to the red car and that Camille was unremorseful. Lynn also detailed that at a time after the crash during a birthday party, Camille and Leon, among other family members, held a conversation blaming the red car for the accident despite their excessive speeds. She further shares that the Bond family seemed to only care about their own family being injured and held no empathy or sadness for Dalton or Taylor's passing. Lynn also cited that she stopped being friends with Camille after the birthday party because she felt sad, traumatized, and remorseful while Camille felt differently. Other witnesses appeared on the stand to share their opinions of Camille and Leon's driving. One witness shared they told others after witnessing their speeds that they're going to kill somebody moments before the crash. Other witnesses added more claims to Camille's words on scene, including, "The f***ing better be dead or I'll find her and kill her," and "You stupid dumb ass effing white ch." Others sharing, "In all the years I've been driving, I've never seen two cars drive like that before," and that witnesses found it jarring.
Tell me all your years of driving. Hey, you haven't been in Detroit then. They be like this every day in the summertime.
Camille didn't attempt to help her injured sister, but was able to maintain threatening 2 fatal crash victims. The defense's argument that Dalton and Taylor's vehicle should have yielded brought frustrations to witnesses taking the stand, one individual having what appears to be a heated back and forth over the perceived ridiculousness of his argument. One professional opinion on the stand debunked the defense's right-of-way argument, citing that, statutorily, the right-of-way vehicle loses that claim if they are speeding, and in this case, the vehicles were estimated to be traveling over twice the speed limit. That same professional opinion cited data that showed if the two vehicles were not drag racing and were traveling the speed limit, Dalton and Taylor would have easily cleared the intersection without contact. A jury court would unanimously convict her on all of her charges. In closing statements prior to determining Camille's sentencing, countless contributions from the community shared how the case, and particularly the loss of Dalton and Taylor, impacted their lives. Taylor's father shared that he'll never forget the scream his wife, Taylor's mother, let out the day 2 police officers came to their home to inform them of their daughter's death. He shares that the sound still haunts him to that day. Dalton's older brother Dylan, a pastor, shared that if Camille's family remained blind to her guilt, that she would remain guilty on the day of her judgment, and God would strike her down for the murderer that she is. Friends of the family shared frustrations with Leon's light sentence, sharing that they hated the court system for giving him such an easy break. They also shared that rules...
Yeah, they are showing some favoritism to Camille as all them speeding tickets and shit. Like, come on now. I mean, but do she have something to do with the death? I don't know. If they wasn't drag racing, they would have never happened. So I guess she do got something to do with it.
Not apply to Camille, and that she will kill again. They referenced Camille's lack of remorse, pointing out that Camille turned to her mom, laughing and playing on her phone like it was any other day during breaks in court testimony. Documents revealed that the victim's family had just held a funeral the day prior for Dalton's grandfather. One cousin noted that the last photo they all took together as a family was that day. Veronica, Dalton's mom, pointed out frustrations with Camille's lack of remorse and her continued speeding infractions after the fact. Dalton's father, Jim, highlighted Camille and Leon's previous school fights, along with their alleged fist fight that broke out when they got in an accident with another driver. He also cited her claims of racial prejudice against her to be nothing of the sort when it came to Dalton and Taylor, sharing the pair had gone to Minneapolis in support of George Floyd, that Taylor had continually engaged in Native American culture and reservation programs, and that his son Dalton was involved in a mostly Hmong and Hispanic car club. He also highlights an alleged social media conversation Camille had where she mentioned going drag racing again only 45 days after the crash. Jim also cited numerous individuals who shared stories of Dalton's acceptance and openness to other people. He also mentioned that shortly after the incident, he and Veronica had discussed a hypothetical scenario. Their scenario involved Camille and Leon's mom, Crystal, coming to their house, apologizing and begging for forgiveness. In this case, Jim claims Veronica would have gave her a hug, invited her into the house for coffee, and discussed the nightmare as mothers, one to another. They purposefully told the court to keep communications open between them and all individuals involved in case this scenario came to a reality. A year
Alright, I was just like yapping and yapping and yapping.